Yoink! Oh my god! Not a lick of damage. Not a lick of damage! Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and this Land Rover Defender that I am in right now is free, and the Land Rovers that are parked over by the garage are a paid DLC. Question is that paid DLC worth it, especially when things like this Defender mod are available out there in the world? Let's find out! Now, as we head down into the garage, you can see the very detailed interior on this one with working gauges, a working even coolant temp and fuel gauge. But as we pull in, these Land Rovers, both the 110 and the Defender 90, are brand new in the Land Rover DLC pack. So let's park this one. We'll back it up real quick, let it chill out right back here, and hop in to our first test subject, that one being the brand new Defender 110, and I've got to say, these things look pretty dang good. Now, looking around this one, you can see that you actually have a really cool livery. You've got some nice tire compound, nice wheels. You actually have some animated suspension parts as well, and as you can see, a curious Montana license plate. Now, let's go inside, and wow! Okay, that's actually a really nice interior. That's actually pretty dang gorgeous. Even, like, that wonky shifter that's, like, right up next to the steering wheel. Very strange, but let's start it up. Oh, it's actually got a really interesting sound, too. It's definitely a diesel, that's for sure. Let's see what the horn sounds like. I want to say that's a new horn for this game, but it also may not be. Let's head into the garage and see what it's like to drive. Oh my god, this thing has torque. It is very fast. Wow, that is a lot faster than I was expecting it to be. Okay, so we can go all the way up to, like, so look at this. Base engine, it's already an S. Then you can go up to an S+, and then you can go up another step on top of that. This is going to be a very, very fast rig. So let's put that engine in there. And then we have a stock gearbox, a fine-tune, a freeway, and a SnowRunner edition. Let's do the fine-tune, and then we'll go to the freeway edition a little bit later. Well, actually, I'm back and forth about that. Let's do, I'll tell you what, all right, fine-tune first, freeway later. You could do a lifted suspension, which we will absolutely do. You start off with a set of 31s, and then from there, you can go to, wait a minute, are the 31s the only ones that you can do on the Land Rover tires? Bruh! No way! I wish you could have those on 32s, but I tell you what, we'll go to these with the 32s. Although, wait a minute. I'll go with these. We want something a little bit wild right out of the gate. Now, autonomous scout winch for sure. Spare wheel is definitely staying on the back there. Short round cap snorkel is definitely a thing, and that's actually a new snorkel model as well, I believe. You can also do a repair supply rack up there on the roof, which I do indeed like. Rooftop-wise, you got a flasher bar in case you want to do off-road patrols, I suppose. We got roof fogs as well that can go up there, which I do like. And, I mean, we have a GGMS mod on right now for the tow bar, but don't worry about that. Got a fog lighter bumper and a Hunter Edition bumper. But I think I might actually just run them without that because I like the clean look. Now, let's see. Stock horns. We got roof horns. We got dark downward sun visor. And we've got a angled with beacon sun visor. We'll do the dark downward sun visor. OS wheels 1 is fine. And then you can also go with a solid color if you're not particularly a fan of that main livery. Or you can do a couple of different variations of that livery. This one I actually like a lot. But I think I'm going to go with the standard one. I think it looks really good. I think it fits the vibe. And then we'll throw beans on the dash. And of course, you have your general assortment of stickers. And let's see what kind of sticker placements we have. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Yo, that's really cool. You can do one on the pillar. I really like that. I actually really dig that. Exterior stickers, you have hood, doors, roof, if of course you of course you don't have anything on the hood. And then windshield stickers, you have a few. We'll do let's do the Out in the Wilds one right there. And then, of course, you have your collection of hood ornaments. Now, let's leave the garage and see what this thing is actually like to drive, because I am very curious, especially now after seeing what it could do before. Like, holy crap. This thing is so fast. I mean, it's way faster than it should be, I think. I mean, now, granted, I say that it should be in terms of what I would expect. I'm happy it's this fast. I'm actually really glad. Even with, like, an off-road gearbox, that's wild how fast it is. Let's see what kind of flex we can get out of it. All right, up the flex ramp it goes. Okay, so definitely not the flexiest thing in the world, but you gotta remember, this thing is four-wheel independent. It's not just independent front, it's independent four-wheel, so flex is gonna be a little bit of an odd one for it. Now let's bring it back over here, and I'm gonna park it up, shut it down, and we're gonna hop over into the Defender 90 and see what kind of customization this one has to offer. Oh, I dig the interior in this one, too. This one's got the fold-away seats in the back. That's a different horn for it as well. It's got so much torque, it literally throws itself sideways right out of the gate. Now, let's see. We're working with an S+ power to weight rating already, and yet we have 2 more engines we can go up to. Now, I'm going to throw the freeway box on this one because I'm very curious as to how fast it will be. And then also on this one, you have a 31-inch tire, but you can go up to a 33, one size bigger than the other one, the 110. So let's go with the Autonomous Scout, and then we'll keep the spare wheel on the back. And, ooh, I like the snorkel options. The front-facing one looks really, like, legit. Now, the branded Defender rack is really cool. You can also do a rear winch bumper. I like that. And then let's see here. I think I'll go with the fog lighter bumper on this one. And we will do neither one of those. I'm not... external roll cage does it interface with the... Okay, so it does interface with the rack. So we'll... It kind of interfaces with the rack. We'll do that. We'll do OS wheels too. And then, of course, you have your standard solid colors and your combination colors, which I'll go with the red, like red, black, white on this one. And then we'll also throw beans on the, not Mr. Walrus, beans on the dash. And now we'll leave and see how this one is, especially with that 6-speed highway box. I think it's going to be gnarly levels of fast. Let's see. Launch it. Launch it and go. Okay, high range is very slow, but that's so weird. So 6th gear takes off, but high range is extremely slow. That's very odd in terms of, like, gearbox programming choice. So now, I'm gonna actually encourage you to follow along with me, and we're gonna see what these things are like to drive when you actually get them into some scenarios, let's say. So let's say you're out in the campaign mode, you're driving along with your friends, you're having a blast, and you say, I wonder if I should go into that mud pit over there. Will I make it out the other side? Maybe, maybe not. Let's find out. Defender 110's about to go for it. We're gonna drop off the 90, and we're gonna go full send into the mud. All-wheel drive engaged. That's high range, and oof. Oh dear. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? That lasted a lot less time than I thought it would. Wow, that is a touch disappointing, I've gotta say. Now, granted, I have to remind myself that I've only got like 32-inch tires on this thing, so it's not gonna be some sort of mud bog monster, but as long as the mud isn't too deep, you're gonna be fine. I mean, right here, all good. Literally no worries at all. But the second it gets deep, you better have like something else ready to rescue you, because you're gonna be in some deep trouble. Now, when you have terrain that's, you know, not necessarily too deep on the mud side, and, you know, but you do have some good climbing for these things to do. These things love to climb. They've got a lot of power, they've got a lot of torque, a lot of wheel speed, and that's gonna really help you when you're going up some gnarly hills. But in areas like this, you know, muddy areas, which I hate to say it, you know, Tennessee has a lot of in Season 7, you're gonna be working with the winch a lot with these things. So do bear that in mind if these are something that you would like to go for. I would have definitely liked a little bit more lift height and a little bit more tire size on this one, but I mean, it's one of those things where the real life one isn't going to give you all that much lift either. So let's see how that same mud pit does with the good old 90. Now, this thing, bro, it rampages. Look at that speed. Okay, I had to winch catch it there. That is a lot of speed. Way more speed than I feel like it has any business having. This thing is going to rampage off the bridge jump. It is going to be so insane when we send it off the bridge jump. It is really light. I mean, the winch is not having to do barely any work at all. And that's kind of good because it got stuck very quickly. Like, when I say very quickly, I mean very, very, very quickly. But it's doing fine now that we've gotten it out of the really deep stuff. But, I mean, that's kind of, you know, again, when you're on a map like Tennessee, you know, you're going to be encountering some deep mud fairly often. But the second you bump that clutch and the turbo on that turbo diesel engine spools up, I mean, you're rolling You're absolutely just rolling and ripping, but, like, you've got to keep an eye on how this thing is doing in terms of traction, because the second it starts to sink, over. You're done. Like, literally, you are over, you are done with, and that is that. All is said and done. But look how light it is. The way it pulls with the winch is, like, really impressive, actually. A lot more impressive than I thought it would be. And then the second you get back onto flat ground again, I mean, it rips with all that power. I am just more than anything blown away by the speed of these things. The speed is next freaking level. Now, should you buy this DLC? Well, that is entirely dependent on how much of a Land Rover fan you are. And I'll go ahead and say that right now. Like, if you're a Land Rover fan, absolutely go for it. But, like, if you're not big into Land Rovers, I don't know if there's all that much, like, straight up, like, value for you here. That all depends on... Whoa, jeez! That all depends on how much you like the vanilla vehicles and how much you want a really fast vanilla vehicle. I mean, look, this thing is gonna jump off the top of this hill. Look at this! Oh my god, that is way faster than I would ever have expected it to be. I mean, that is insanely fast. Let's see how it does off the bridge jump, because taking it off the bridge jump, oh my god, this thing, it's either going to nosedive or it's going to fly ultra flat and then drive away. I'm really hoping it flies ultra flat and then drives away. It's already going so fast. It's already going way faster than it has any business being. Yoink! Oh my god! Not a lick of damage. Not a lick of damage! What even is this thing? Holy smokes! This thing is different. Way different than I thought it would be. Wow! Okay. Grabbing the 110 now. Now, I'm going to use the dev tools to swap out to the highway transmission in the 110, because apparently these things are way faster than anybody thought they would be. Alright, highway transmission time in the 110. Even still, high range is not that fast. It doesn't get fast until you hit 5th gear, and then it starts becoming a drift machine. Okay, these things need faster steering, or maybe I just need to get used to the way they drive. One of the two, huh, Beans? Yeah, it seems as though Beans agrees. Now, this doesn't feel as much of a maniac as the 90 feels, but I feel like the 90 feels like it's a maniac mostly because of the really short wheelbase. Because the really short wheelbase just makes it super darty, which is fun, but, like, you really have to keep it in mind when you're driving it. All right, here we go. Bridge jump time in the 110. Full send. There's 6th gear, highway box. And let's see how she does. Okay, this one took on some damage, but, like, not enough. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say not that much, but it's actually just barely above the threshold of fully damaging out the stock suspension. Now, I've gotta say, in terms of mud, I don't think they're that good, but in terms of, like, speed and jump strength, what even are these things? What were they going for? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think, because these are the fastest vehicles, particularly the 90, that I've ever driven in terms of stock game vehicles ever since, like, that wildly fast Tatra cab over. But if y'all enjoyed this video, once again, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.